In a small, quiet town in eastern Kentucky, a place where everybody knows everyone, Letcher County Sheriff Mickey Stines and Judge Kevin Mullins returned to the county courthouse after having lunch together in a local restaurant. When suddenly, a moment no one saw coming, caught on surveillance camera in the judge's chambers with the judge casually smoking a cigarette. In what appeared to be a chat between friends, the sheriff draws his gun, repeatedly shooting and killing the judge.
When I heard who it was and what happened and who done it, I was devastated and highly shocked.
The shooting leaving the small town of Whitesburg, Kentucky in utter disbelief.
I think it shocked our whole community.
I never thought the sheriff would do something like it.
The unbelievable image printed on the front page of the local paper.
We just saw the judge just in the restaurant here. I worked locally in the restaurant here 2 days before that.
And everyone in this small part of Appalachia is now wondering, how could something like this happen between two men who have worked together for over a decade?
I'm sure there's more behind the doors that we don't know about.
All right.
As details remain elusive, Shawn Mickey Stines is going from sheriff to defendant, facing justice for killing Judge Kevin Mullins.
Oregon District Court's down session with the Honorable Rupert Billoy.
Prosecutors showing the brazen shooting in court at a preliminary hearing. The sheriff reaches over the desk, the judge trapped with nowhere to go as the Kentucky lawman shoots the man he once worked for as a bailiff.
Can you describe for us what happened immediately prior to the clip that we saw?
Defense lawyers question the lead detective about why this could have happened.
I was told that Sheriff Stines had tried to call his daughter, and he had tried to call his daughter from the judge's phone also.
Was that call to Sheriff Stines' teenage daughter using the judge's phone the motive, or is it part of the mystery? This video, posted on Stines' social media account in 2018, shows the sheriff and his daughter lip-syncing to the song, "I Shot the Sheriff." But how did Stines go from singing "I shot the sheriff" to "the sheriff shoots the judge"?
We have the evidence that was presented, which is largely limited.
Husband and wife legal team Jeremy and Carrie Bartley are defending the former sheriff who resigned his position after the shooting.
The video's shocking. You rarely see something like this play out on video.
This is not a classic whodunit case.
The defense team saying that what we see on tape is shocking, but it only tells part of the story, and so far they've only seen a small fraction of the evidence in this case.
What are we not seeing? That's the big question here. What don't we have? Because there's so much more context. Are those moments just before more important even than the moments we saw?
Another shocker in the case, listen to what the sheriff says after he's been arrested for the shooting.
When he was taken into custody, I was told by one of the other officers that were there that he made the comment, "They're trying to kidnap my wife and kid."
What that all means is only adding to the growing mystery. The defense team saying they are continuing to gather evidence to defend the sheriff.
There's actually an abundance and probably too much information to sift through the fact versus the fiction in this case.
And those who have been in front of the judge are coming to his defense.
He cared about his people. He cared about his community.
Heather Bowman and Keisha Kinzer say that Judge Mullins chose to put them in drug rehab rather than behind bars, and they credit his kindness for their recovery.
There's more to the story that we will never know, I'm sure.
But others point to a dark secret going on inside this courthouse involving Sheriff Stines and Judge Mullins.
We took Sheriff Stines' deposition here on a Monday, and 3 days later we had the unbelievable event of him shooting Judge Mullins, killing him 3 days later.
Ned Pillersdorf, an attorney who says that he had a tense deposition with Stines just days before the shooting.
He hesitated. He seemed very flat, very depressed.
In the lawsuit, a woman claims that a deputy under Stines coerced her to have sex in Mullins' chambers in return for her not having to pay incarceration fees. The deputy pleaded guilty to charges stemming from that case and was sentenced to 6 months behind bars plus probation.
We've been asked, was there any connection? And we don't know. I mean, we did allege, though, that for certainly an extended period of time, they turned that courthouse into a brothel.
He was mostly calm, I thought. I mean, I talked to him, but he didn't say nothing about why this had happened. Basically, all I said was, treat me fair.
Meanwhile, this mystery will play out inside the Letcher County Courthouse as the community grapples with the loss of a judge they all knew.
We missed him sitting out on that bench down there. He sat out in the sunshine and smoke.
As they look to make sense over why a sheriff took the law into his own hands.